I work at Wieden+Kennedy, and we have 8 offices around the world. We are independently owned, which means that we really get to put creativity as our #1 output. I think one of my favorite things about being an art director is working with masters in their craft. They really take the idea from good to great and elevate the idea oftentimes beyond what I could have thought possible. OkCupid had been a very relevant dating site back in 2010, but then in 2017, with all the other dating apps that emerged on the scene, they really lost a bit of their relevance. People were really frustrated about this hookup culture. One of the clearest expressions of the hookup culture is this acronym, DTF, which I hope you guys will just spell out what that means so I don't have to say it. We love the idea of showcasing the substance of the OkCupid users by subverting this acronym, so essentially redefining the F. Initially, I was thinking that it should be a typography-only execution. I started talking to the head of production here, Deb Rosen, and she actually asked me if I had considered photography.
This brand is about human connection and people coming together. I think it would be really great if we could have a photography component to it to show people. So immediately I thought of Maurizio and Pierpaolo, and I pulled up Toilet Paper Magazine and I showed Jess references from their work from that, and she was immediately drawn to them. It's graphic, it's irreverent, it's really funny.
The photographers really created this unique atmosphere.
I've never seen that many clothes in one room before. I come from fashion and I still had not seen that many clothes in one room before. And so what it gives you is the freedom to put a shot together with every tool available to make it better. It was really great. It never felt like once we were on set, it was the end of the idea. It was almost the beginning.
In terms of craft, it's super important to let an artist go through their typical process and not mandate too much from them, because that's not what they were bringing to the table.
So we were trying to find like a type execution that kind of matched that, like how bold it was with the colors. And actually I came up with a bunch of sketches and showed them to Jess, and then there was like one that was like off the artboard, and she like saw it and she was like, oh, that's the one, like we just have to run to that.
He said, well, the problem with this is that the phrase for the F is way too long, so it kind of covers the image. So then I said to him, well, what happens if we take that and we turn it 90 degrees, and all of a sudden it's just kind of like this magic moment.
When the agency's on board, when the client's on board, and the artist's on board, it really can create the most beautiful things.
I still value the craft and the art. We didn't have a million different pieces of content, but the pieces that we did get were really, really well crafted. That campaign was successful only because of that.
I think that their craft speaks for itself and people are just responding to it. And if they stay true to what they love, I think people will continue to respond to it. They don't need to change. I think we should just go on the ride with them.